Hey, Glenn here, Crimson Landscape, here to talk about your design. All right, let me try this video again. I had it almost done, then I started coughing. Allergies, of course. Okay, right side and the left side are slightly different. On the right side, I did a Japanese maple. As you can see, it's kind of your anchoring plant with some variegated larapi underneath it. Variegated larapi is by far my favorite ornamental grass slash plant. We install a ton of variegated larapis, daylilies, and irises just because they just don't die. It's such a great plant. Then if you see in the middle, these are pink mollies. These are just filler grasses that can fill the space until you change it out for something different. As the boxwoods mature, grow together, get healthy, you can go with something a little prettier like a Mexican petunia or whatever. Going into winter, some of the plants we might want to plant may be a little limited, but I'll talk about that in a second on the other side. Then I limited the flowers in the front here. Just the simple fact is if it's on average it's about 50 to 60 bucks a tray to install seasonal flowers. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. It just depends on how many you want. So what you don't, if you have the seasonal all go all the way down here, we certainly could do that. It's just you could be 12, 15 trays by the time you're said and done, and that's just doing that 3-4 times a year would get quite expensive. So I'm limiting it to the front here. Happy to continue it if you want, no big deal. Let me go to the other side. So on the other side we have same thing, boxwoods. Then we have the endless summer hydrangea in the back. It is a full sun hydrangea, one of my favorites, one of my go-tos. I install this, I have it at my house. Great plant. It'll die back in winter, so you kind of that it'll kind of look like sticks sticking out of the ground. Then in the middle here, this is if you want something like a Mexican petunia or something a little fancier now. We could go with something here like an iris or a salvia or something like that if you wanted to. What you might want to do is leave it blank now, install that in the spring when more options come out. We could do like a filler grass now, then come back in the spring and add something if you wanted to. Or you could do a big pot in there, a giant pot with something elevated. There's lots of options depending on how much money you want to spend. Then again, the same thing on this side. The seasonal is just along the front, and I use the boxwoods along the edge. We always throw in, I can throw in a couple like daylilies to squeeze in along the sides over here because you get enough sun. If there's a couple spots we can squeeze in some yellow daylilies, we can if you want. Super easy, super cheap to do. Okay, on the boxwoods. Boxwoods comes in a whole bunch of sizes and flavors. The boxwood we pick is based on how cold weather tolerant it is and how big it gets. The two most common we sell is going to be the winter gem, sometimes known as the winter green, depends on where you're at. And the other one is going to be the baby jam. The baby jam is going to be the shortest. It's going to be a little more fickle than a winter jam. It's going to be one that's typically used along like you see like a super, like a very English garden landscape that has really tight, small boxwoods that are really manicured. That's the baby jam. The winter jam is going to be a bigger, thicker boxwood. It goes a little bit wider, a little bit taller. And that's the one you mentioned to me that you wanted. So you have the one that's a little bit bigger, but they're a little more expensive because they're cold weather tolerant. So whatever you do, don't get a cheap boxwood. Either get the winter jam or get the winter jam or winter green or the baby jam. So that's why it's set up this way. Okay, in the front here, it's just the way I overcome that is we're going to do a piece of steel edge straight across the front. The crew will have to figure out how to, we can't make that turn, so we may box the edge and send the steel edge along the back and level a little bit more. Then do river rock along the edges. As mentioned, all I'm trying to do is I don't want to put too much mulch in the space because I'm limited on mulch. I don't want mulch to run off down the road because how much slope you have there. So this is going to be a little more of a challenging way to do this, but we want to do it in such a manner that we can still install the plants and not have erosion. So I have the same boxwoods in the middle here as we have along the house there. All right, then of course everything else gets mulched. Okay, along the back. Along the back here, this is a weird space, just the way that the house is laid out in relation to the sidewalk. So I did a simple way of Rose Creek B is all the way around the edge, then variegated larapis under the tree, and flagstone to the water faucet. Pretty simple, low maintenance, easy to maintain design. We could do hostas underneath there if it was full shade, not sure how much sun you get. If we planted hostas now, hostas would just be a bulb. The variegated larapi in winter is going to lay down. So as it gets colder, it just lays flat. And in the spring, you just cut it back and prep it. Easy to do. Then over here on the other side, we did, these are Slender Silhouette Sweet Gums. One of my favorite plants is the Slender Silhouette, so you can see what it looks like in winter as it's dropping its leaves. This is spring as the new blooms coming in. This is kind of every day. I have 3 at my house, one of my favorite plants. I'm not sure if we can get the 15 gallons. We may have to only get the 30 gallon. I know they have the 30 gallon in stock because I priced it for another client on Friday. So Slender Silhouette Sweet Gum is what I have there. Don't do a juniper. Don't do a conifer. You could do a Spartan juniper, but the problem with junipers is they get bagworms. Just know if you plant something like this tree here, it's going to be a 4-foot wide tree eventually as it gets thicker and taller. And they'll get about 30 feet tall. I think mine are at least 30 feet tall. Gorgeous plant. Last thing is along the back, we'll just do the Nellie R. Stevens based on height, size. I'll send you the pricing options for the different sizes, and you just pick which one you want, a la carte. Before I send the pricing over, I want to make sure this meets your intent. So watch my video, provide some feedback, and if you think this meets your intent, just let us know. Then if you want to add lighting, certainly can fix the irrigation system as need be. We'll have to send our tech out to do a full assessment. Then irrigation controller we use the Hunter HydroWise controller. There's some videos on our YouTube page. It kind of explains the why, how to set up and program the Hunter HydroWise controller. Also, if you're one of our clients, within the first year, you call us up. We'll help you program it. We'll log in for you. We can walk you through on the phone how to program it. So we just don't leave you hanging. As long as you're one of our clients and you hire us to come out a couple times a year to do irrigation inspections, or you have us come out and do services a couple times a year, you'll remain a client, so we'll always help you with your controller. All right, let me pause there. If you have any questions, just let us know. And if you're a first-time guest seeing one of our videos, you can check us out at crimsonlandscape.com.